Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Bloodborne Kirkhammer playthrough. It's Sojin. That's our character. As you can see at the beginning of every one of these episodes, we show the character so you can get the stats. I thought that was a pretty good idea. That way people don't have to say, hey, what level are you? What's your stats? What are your, all that stuff. So, without having to scrub through the entire video. Let's get rid of those so I don't accidentally use them. Right as I was about to start recording, a guy invaded me. And I managed to win. Unfortunately, I didn't have the recording running. So, yeah, that's a thing. So, I won. I won. Oh, shoot. Oh, that was cheap. Oh, well. We might actually just try to run through this area because it's a pain in the butt, and with the stupid frenzy, the frenzy's ridiculous, so I don't want to get too much into complaints. There are quite a few things about this game that are just totally messed up and bad design, but I don't want to get too deep into that. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Do you like how they didn't even manage to create anything down there? It's like they forgot to put an asset down there, and look, it's actually brick. I think it had the brick background showing through the gray right there. Well, any souls or echoes that I had are gone. Today's drink of choice is coffee, black, hot. Let's try not to do that again, because that was stupid. Excuse me. Excuse me. Yep, just watch me run on by. Excuse me. Nope, I actually rolled, but whatever. Alright, yeah, timing can be really, really odd in this game. Well, I'm screwed. Nope, yeah, that's it. You gotta remember where to go first. They also have this area open to PvP invasions, which... oh boy, FromSoft. Oh, it's so hard not to complain about the bad design in these areas. I'm sorry guys, I'm trying not to, I really am. I'm doing my best not to, but it's nearly impossible not to comment on how terribly designed this area is. It's just, game design 101 here, people. Game design 101. Do they know anything about how to make a game? It's just inexcusable how bad this area right here is. Oh, I used that without needing to. Whoa, I just realized I almost went off the edge. Okay, here we go, It's gonna pop, 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 it's gonna pop. Or not. And I made it all the way up here for nothing. Excellent. Oh, look at that guy. Look at that health drain. Ooh, that's some speed. We'll watch it go all the way. Bam. Give me the echoes. By the way, that's not proper English. I know that's not proper English. Every now and then I use improper English just for the fun of it. Get him! There we go. And actually, do I have enough blood chunks? I don't. I need one more blood chunk to do another upgrade. Can anybody say silly? Alright. I need better blood gems or something. Alright, so I made it all the way up here, but unfortunately, this is not the way forward. Thanks for the twin bloodstone gems, or rocks, or whatever. Unfortunately, you don't need these at this point. Okay. That guy just phased in suddenly right in front of me. That's an issue. That's an issue. You can't have enemies just phasing right in front of the player with no advance warning that it's even there. That's an issue. No, that didn't actually hit me, but whatever. I'm used to that by now. That didn't hit me either because I dodged, but, you know. And yeah, okay. Okay, Bloodborne. Okay, Bloodborne. If you say so. We'll be nice to Bloodborne. It's at this point it's like kicking a it's like beating a dead horse. Poor Bloodborne. It has no defense for itself. So much right and so much wrong. That's why I do not have confidence anymore in Miyazaki. There is plenty of evidence to suggest that Miyazaki has completely lost his edge. He's taken that crap Tanimura design to heart, unfortunately. Or he consulted with Tanimura, which is the biggest mistake he could ever make on a Souls game. It's just Tanimura is, I mean, his design is crap. It is crap. It is crap. You know. Look at that, 68 damage, guys. 68 damage. I mean, can you say stupidly unreasonable? I think you can. That didn't actually hit me. You could physically see it didn't hit me on my screen. And dead. Yawn. Yawn. It's not very interesting. Anybody can do this. I could do that. I might want to hit up that other lamp so that we start spawning there in our quest. This is throw yourself against a wall until the wall crumbles, because it's just crap. I'm sorry guys, but it is what it is. I mean, just watch this. This is why you just run past it. Look at this. What? I mean, look at that. I mean, you can't even tell I'm hitting them. Am I hitting them? Am I doing any damage? And then there's multiples of them while getting hit by the stacked frenzy. I mean, how are you supposed to kill these guys? And take a look at my weapon. It is +8. And then they have that jump attack that allows them to hit you from 26 miles away. I mean, you can hit them, but you're just going to sit there and it's going to take like 30 hits to kill them. Because I guess that's reasonable in FromSoft's mind. Now imagine trying to do this game at SL, or at base soul level, at the lowest soul level that it allows you to without leveling up. That's why I'll probably never do a low-level run of this game. It's just asking for pain and misery, and, you know, it'll just highlight the bad design. Hello? Are you kidding me? I'm completely... Okay, there we go. And... yeah, I got hit by the rock, because that's cool. Or we could take 20 minutes to kill those enemies. But you have to hide behind cover, and then if you roll to dodge the enemy's attacks, you start getting hit by the stacked frenzy. And if the frenzy pops off, it does like 80% of your health or some ridiculous number like that. So... this is not challenge. This is just ha ha ha. It's hard, you die, ha ha ha. Okay, if you say so, FromSoft. Alright, Miyazaki. You lost your edge, man. You lost your edge. Okay. Got input lag bug. Oh, and look, that guy runs from way back over there to come at us. Isn't that nice? Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool how they just stagger you all over the place and come at you faster than you can run or roll? While frenzy stacks? Isn't that awesome? Balance, man, balance. You see a lot of Dark Souls 2 in Bloodborne. A lot of Dark Souls 2. But we got the door open, so now it'll be a little easier to make this run. Don't stop running. Alright, there we go. And out of that absurdity, into this absurdity. From one absurdity to the next. You know? Does it ever end? Is there any end? Does it ever end? Maybe it doesn't. Alright, we'll grab this item. The blood chunk is not far from here, but I believe we need to take out the brain first. The one dude sounds like he's really close by. The bell ringer. Let's do this right here. Okay. There we go. Ah, right there. And that should be it for invasions for the moment. In the future, I should actually leave that bell ringer alive for more invasions in the game. But, you know, whatever. I'm not planning on making this a PvP build. But then again, I wasn't planning on making anything a PvP build so far. This is where we can try to make a stand. They come after us. Get them to funnel through this doorway, even though I don't think any of them are following us at the moment. So, okay. Well, alright, alright. You better not come after me while I'm fighting this guy, you punk little spiders. By the way, the crying baby, lore-wise, I understand its significance, but no, just no. Crying babies are one of the most annoying sounds in the world. And it's meant to be. It's meant to be so annoying that it forces you to, you know, go take care of it, to take care of the child, make sure the child's okay. But don't put it in a game. Don't do that stuff. That was too early. I don't know what that miss does. And I don't think you can riposte or interrupt that move. That was too early. Oh, come on. I knocked him out of that. Good hit, good hit. Okay. You're gone, buddy. You're gone. You're dead. You're dead. You're dead. Alright, that's that. And now there's this other dude over here that we just saw. Where'd he go? I actually haven't fully explored a lot of the areas around here, so there could be items or secrets that I haven't found yet. I do have the Bloodborne guide, but I'm not following it exactly. It's hard to follow a guide word by word because while doing a playthrough like this, because it would just take too long. Like I have long pauses where I'm just sitting there reading the guide. How about some coffee? Yes, please. Yellow backbone. I do like the lore aspects of the game. I think in terms of the story, I would have to say story-wise, I like Bloodborne the best. Lore-wise, I like Dark Souls the best. Now, I know people, well, what do you mean story, lore? Isn't that the same thing? Not quite. I think story, I mean, it should be obvious. It's the core element of what's going on in the game. What's happening, who's doing what significance do the characters have in the storyline, what's lighting up and why. I can't tell where the light's coming from. It's just sort of lighting. Is it supposed to light up in here? I don't remember that happening before. Yeah, you notice that these enemies just have way too much health. The other problem, too, is not only do they have a lot of health, but there doesn't seem... I mean, with those guys, I can kind of see the reason for it. They almost seem to be made of metal. But not really sure what the ultimate value is of having them have so much health. Especially when you can just endlessly stagger them. You can stun lock them, so the only challenge is if there's more than one, or if you run out of stamina during your stun locking session. Alright, so that takes us back there. And then another elevator will take us back there too. Alright. So, let's head down to tackle this. These guys seem fairly passive for the most part. They do attack you, obviously. But they're not very quick to do so. Now, lore for me is stuff like the background to the world, stuff that's not really necessarily happening. Maybe Bloodborne's lore is better. I can't decide. I honestly can't whether I like Bloodborne's lore better or Dark Souls. But the lore is like your background, item descriptions, which can be story as well. Don't get me wrong. There can be an overlap there. But lore is more the stuff surrounding the story, the stuff about the general game world, the mythos of the game's quote universe. And then the story is specifically what's happening. Like who's doing what to who, and you know, who's fighting who for what reasons. That's the story. Oh, jeez. Alright. And of course they had to give that guy a quick little jab attack because, you know, difficulty. I went for one hit too many. Wow, I can't believe I dodged that. I can't believe I dodged that either. That's some insane iframes. And the game doesn't want to respond when it really... Oh. Input lag bugs. Input lag. We're going to make a fast, twitchy game and then have input lag. Great. Excellent idea. Okay. Oh, yeah, yep, okay. 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 Thanks, Bloodborne. That makes sense. Lots of phasing through stuff. It's impossible to deny at this point. Anyone who didn't believe me before has to believe me now. Oh, gosh. Gosh, this game. I swear. Okay. Okay. I guess I didn't realize I was in the hyper armor mode. You know, it's getting to the point where, like, we need somebody who plays video games to tell FromSoft to stop doing stupid stuff like this. Like, FromSoft needs to get somebody who likes the Souls series to actually function as a, gosh, what's the word for it? A consultant. They're gonna need a consultant at this point because they're getting so far off track that I don't think they're losing all sense of reason and sensibility. Like, they're just going off the deep end. And that tends to happen to artists, musical artists, authors, poets, like actors and actresses. I mean, you guys notice there's actors and actresses who act and seem like normal people, and then the more popular they become, and the more they get into the quote their craft, and they start doing weird things and talking weird and saying oddball, stupid stuff, and joining odd little cults, you know. And Tom Cruise is an example. They just start doing, yeah, that's just, geez, thanks FromSoft, that makes total sense. You know, they just start doing and saying these things, and I think it's just, I would like to know if someone's come up with a name for it. There must be some sort of condition with a name that causes, like, people to go off the deep end like that. And I think it's happening to Miyazaki at this point. Like, Miyazaki has taken all the, you know, the good stuff said about him, the praise heaped upon him, and he's going off the deep end. Like, he's losing sense he's losing touch with reality, and he's starting to create these games thinking that he can do no wrong. Well, I don't know him personally. I don't want to say necessarily he can do no wrong, but I think he's under the impression that whatever pops into his head, whatever comes to mind, must be his genius at work or something, and that he's losing track of the fact that you know, the last 2 games that came out from his company with the Souls title have been just deeply, deeply flawed in so many ways. So many things that just any Souls fan could look at and go, why? Why'd you do that? Don't do that. That's so stupid. But yet, FromSoft can't see it. Yep, still alive. Alright, there we go. So, and it's this tendency to be blinded. In law enforcement terms, like for critical incidents, we call it tunnel vision. It's actually a proven thing. Like, oh wow, I could have died right there. That was close. All right. It's called tunnel vision. Like your vision sort of tunnels in and focuses on what you perceive to be the threat, and then you can lose track of what's around you. It can happen while you're driving or while you're interacting with a person. And I think there's a sort of tunnel vision that occurs to game developers. And we've seen it time and time again. Assuming that there's no interruption or that they're not being forced to do what they do by a publisher, you can see this odd sort of behavior, these really weird choices being made by developers, and all you can think is, why would you do that? You're almost ruining your own series, you're ruining your own game. You know, anybody could see that this is bad, you know, that nobody likes this, like Dragon Age 2. I mean, who couldn't see that Dragon Age 2 was just a pathetic, lame, complete failure of a Dragon Age game? I mean, at this point, the developer pretty much wants to pretend the thing never happened. And rightly so. Please, pretend Dragon Age 2 never happened. That game was just a joke. I mean, it was laughably bad. You know, completely failed to follow up on Dragon Age. But yet, it happened. And so you have to sit there and wonder, how in the world does something like that happen? Like, how can a developer make such a great game, and then essentially all of the key people work on a sequel to it and so terribly botch it up? I mean, I'm not talking about like little things here and there. I mean, completely ruin it. Take just about everything that made the original good and just throw it out. Is essentially what happened with Dragon Age 2. I mean, if you like Dragon Age, don't even bother with Dragon Age 2. Dragon Age 2 could be a good game by itself, but as a Dragon Age entry, it's a complete and utter failure and an embarrassment. Now, had they released that game under a different name, it just wouldn't have gained any traction. It just would have been kind of a so-so, you know, third-person action RPG. Nothing appealing about it. All right, well, we had 16,000 echoes. Let's do this. I don't want to take a bunch of echoes and lose them because I've already done that many times already. So let's use some of these echoes to level up. And I think we need about, what, 23,000 to level up or so? See, I really, really wish they would tell you how many souls you get. You know, like put it in the description or something. That would be really helpful. Instead of having to try to memorize or guess. Let's see, we're probably going to stop leveling Vitality for now. And we're going to work on, that gives us 2, that gives us 3. Okay, we're going to work on increasing stats that increase the damage that we do. And also maybe our stamina, because our stamina is fairly low at the moment. Oh shoot, are we out of blood vials? Yeah, it looks like we're low on blood vials, like out of blood vials. Yeah, we got 6 left. Darn it! Man, I'm having a tough time this run. See if we can buy some blood vials with this. At least enough to get us to 20, or whatever our max is right now. Oh yeah, that's almost our max. We've only got a few left in storage. But we're towards the end of the game. Murgilsloft base. Okay, so once we get to Murgilsloft middle, we can make a run that gets us a ton of souls, and it'll make it really, really easy to quickly level up and buy blood vials. So that's no big deal. That's not a problem. I'm actually not sure if Murgilsloft base is where I want to go, or if it's one of those other. Well, we'll see. As we speak, well, as I speak while I record this, you're not listening to it live. I'm rendering episode 4, The Witcher 3. So with The Witcher 3, I'm using a new format, which I think I might try to use for most of my playthroughs from now on. I list the name of the game, then I put like 01, 02, 03, and so on. I might do the 000 if it makes it easier. I think for classification purposes it might, but I don't plan on going above 99 episodes of anything. So we'll put the name of the game, 0 whatever, or 10 or 11, a 2-digit code for the episode, and then after that, a title for the episode, oftentimes based on what's happening in the episode or something. So, you know, this episode of The Witcher 3 is called The Lying Merchant, because we deal with a merchant who's lying. Well, apparently. Really? That's it? That's it? I mean, come on, this is a +8 Kirkhammer, and I did that little fractional tiny bit of health? That's ridiculous. With a hammer strike? I mean, jeez, it just... You know, it's like, come on, FromSoft, be reasonable. Like, get with the program here, FromSoft. Do you know what you're doing anymore? Do you have any idea how to make a game anymore? I mean, what is it with you guys? You make a game that's so completely awesome in some ways and such a complete utter failure in other ways. Like, how do you do that? How do you do that? It's like you had really good developers working on it for a little while, and then you handed it to some really crappy developers and said, here, ruin this for us. I don't get it. Anyway, we're going to go upgrade our Kirkhammer since we've got 5 blood chunks now. I think that's the only conclusion I can come to, that there are 2 development teams. One sucks and one is really good. And the one that's really good works on the game for a while, and then they hand it off to the one that sucks, and then they work on it for a while. And then the one that's good gets it back, and then they trade it back and forth. That is the only logical conclusion you could possibly come to. What other conclusion could you have for a game that is just so all over the map? Let's see here. Fortify. Wait, what? Oh, I need 8? Oh, I was thinking of the wrong thing. That's right. From +9 to +10 is the blood rock. Okay, well, I don't know why I was thinking that. So you guys are probably thinking I'm crazy. I'm sure I got 100 corrections on that before I walked up to it. Okay, no problem. Alright, let's go back to Murgle's Loft base. We just wasted a little time. It's going to take me a while to get through The Witcher 3. I mean, I'd always planned to do a review of it, some kind of review, but I may end up having to do like a comedy review, just because doing a serious style review in my Fox Seriously Reviews series wouldn't make as much sense, because by the time I get to doing that video and finishing it, quite literally, it will be weeks after the game's release. And weeks after the game's release is not really a good time to make a serious... you know, journalistic style review. However, if I do a comedy review, that remains valuable forever. Like, that's always valuable. Like, people can always watch a comedy review and enjoy it, regardless of how old it is. Oh, I just remembered I have to fight Mikalash, or whatever his name is, before we get to Murgo. Oh, yeah, that was reasonable. Look at that insane amount of damage. Jeez. It just doesn't stop with FromSoft, does it? Okay, I guess I didn't get to restore my health on him. And then this boss fight is just a waste of time. It's pretty darn boring, to be honest. I mean, it's the only challenge here is not getting killed by the enemies in the game world, really. The boss is almost nothing unless he hits you with that arcane, that one particular arcane spell that does a lot of damage. Darn it. I thought I had him right there. I don't know why. He's actually pretty fast, but if you cut the corners on him and stay on him, you can get pretty close to getting him, except the problem is he doesn't run out of stamina like you do. Because, you know, he cheats, of course. See, right there, we hit him and he just teleported away. So, you know. See? So, it really, I mean, you can catch up to him and hit him. It doesn't really do any good, so just follow him. Don't waste your time trying to hit him. It doesn't do much damage anyway. He got caught on the enemy. I love it. That's awesome. We're supposed to corner him, right? How do we do that? Run back the other way? Because he's always making right turns? Or get around in front of him, which is nearly impossible because you run out of stamina and he doesn't because he cheats. I literally got in front of him. Yeah, you can see this is just stupid. Even when you know what you're doing, it's stupid. It's just far more stupid when you don't know what you're doing. Okay, there we go. Oh, and I have the music turned off too, so it seems even more ridiculous. Let me see if I can get the music turned on. Oh, I almost got out of the menu in time. There we go. Okay, can we do this now already? I'm just bored to death of this. Finally. Ah, I was out of stamina. Okay, my lock-on changed for no apparent reason. I can't figure out why it's doing that. Can I move, please? There we go. Lame. Alright. There we go. Input lag again. Darn it. There we go. Got hit right in the middle of my iframes. Didn't stagger me, but did damage. There we go. You basically get him, I think, to about half or so, and then that's it. And he puts his back up against the wall. Come on. I don't think that's a backstab now. Let's get him away from the wall. Get your back out in the open. Oh, come on. There we go. I love the way he just twitches. Not the best AI, huh? Aw, didn't let me get my backstab, which is just a visceral attack. I think he's a great voice actor. I just can't stand the way he sounds. He's like the most annoying voice, or he has the most annoying voice of any character in any Souls game ever. Although I think that's quite possibly because he's fairly good at it. Like he knows what he's doing. He knows the character. And I think the character's intended to be annoying. The only problem is, like, if you try to pick up an item or do anything that requires action with the A button or whatever this button's called, you can't do it while he's talking without skipping his dialogue, which is kind of frustrating. And the howl. It's got to be one of the most annoying sounds in the Souls series ever. I'm not sure what the significance of him howling is from a lore or story perspective. You would think there'd have to be some, given how much he howls. That's cheating, see? You can't do that, because I can't do that, so you can't do that. That's cheating. Bloodstone chunk. I need that. We gotta trap him here first. Oh, we came the wrong way. Let's see. How can we trap him? We just gotta make him run and fall in that room. But the game, it doesn't. This game does nothing to really indicate to you that you're trapping him or how to trap him. It doesn't do a good job at all. Like, there's no real indicator that's what you're doing, because when you jump down into that room, there's no indication that it's going to shut and trap him. None whatsoever that I can tell. So, I think in that sense, they did a pretty poor job with it. Am I sending him the wrong way? I don't know. Yeah. Iron door key. Alright, whatever. I got something. Ah, mandatory. Obligatory accidental gesture. Some people are like, well, stop shaking the controller. Trust me, nobody's shaking the controller. It's just the game's poor design. I thought he was supposed to make right-hand turns. Isn't this exciting? This is the most fun boss fight in the game. It's like Beta Chaos, except not as annoying. Well, I mean, not as... except you don't die. That's what I should say. Except you don't die. Worse than Beta Chaos in terms of the annoyance factor, but at least you're not dying. So that's something. Okay, maybe this will get us somewhere. Okay, that's... Yep. Alright, alright. Wait, I thought he went down here. Nope. Oh, jeez. Come on. Oh, not quite. Wow, this is going to get real fun real fast. I can tell.
As you once did for the vacuous wrong.
Wow, this is fun. This is awesome. I've never had him go this way before. Aha, that's why, because that's the way you go. Okay. Yeah, see, what indicator is there that he's going to run from here after he drops into there and then get trapped? Quite literally, there's nothing to indicate it. Nothing. So, I don't like it. I don't like it. Like, there should be some sort of indicator that that's going to happen. And also, the repetitious dialogue, no. No. Just stop it. No. And then the howling, no. Just, no. No. No, FromSoft. Bad FromSoft. Alright, let's figure out where this is. All this crap looks the same to me. Alright, here we go. Oh, and it doesn't help that the way to get to it, if you're not paying attention, you know, normally this has a gate. If it's not paying attention, it's easy to miss this, so it's almost like they hide it, which is not cool, FromSoft. Because the first time I just ran around aimlessly for like 20 minutes trying to figure out where I was supposed to go. Not fun. Not fun. Oh, that right there. Yep, see? Isn't that awesome? Doesn't that seem completely fair? No one can show me a... No one can show me a reasonable way to guarantee dodging that arcane attack. I have not seen it yet. If you know it, let me know. But it seems to be a crapshoot whether you can dodge it or not. Wow, he stood there for a while. And that's that. So the only challenge to this entire thing, other than possibly getting blindsided by some of the enemies in this area, the only real challenge is if he manages to kill you with that near one-shot arcane attack. Other than that, there's just nothing to it. It's just to run around forever and waste your time and get bored. Well, from a lore perspective, I think it was fairly decent. I mean, if that whole runaround thing could have at least ended in an interesting fight, and then if you lose the fight, you know, they just pick up right where you left off, like there's a way to come right back straight to it, that would have been okay. But it wasn't quite the case, unfortunately. That whole thing ended with a completely stupid, pointless fight that just was one of the biggest pushovers in the game. Quite possibly one of the... It might even be the simplest boss fight in the game, once you finally get him cornered there. I can't think of an easier fight. I would like to do a playthrough of Darksiders, and also Darksiders 2 for this channel. Darksiders will be better in the sense that it's a straight shot. You know, it's a pretty linear game. The original Darksiders is like Legend of Zelda, but it's even a little more linear than that. There are a few cases where you can choose to go here or there, or you can go back to areas you previously visited in order to find new secrets with new abilities. But it's fairly linear. Let's purchase some blood vials, and we'll try to be as positive as we can, given the deep flaws that show themselves later in the game. Let's double check real quick that we haven't gotten any better blood vials. And you guys can tell I probably need a break from the normal play of the game. I probably should have scheduled the Okami HD Let's Play and Learn Japanese series before the Bloodborne Let's Play and Learn Japanese series, just so I could get some time away from this game for a little bit. That gives us a lot more than the blunt attack, but significantly reduces the other two. Definitely not worth it. Okay. Let's make sure we got the best one for this. Yeah. Which we don't really use that often anyway. Gotta keep it repaired so it doesn't break on us. Breaking's not cool. And let's make sure we got some good runes equipped. Higher blood vial maximum, acquire more blood echoes, and visceral attacks grant more blood echoes. Actually, do we have an increased visceral attack damage? Yes, let's do that. Alrighty then, guys. That's it for this episode. Join us next time where we may actually finish this playthrough. Yeah, because we'll probably knock out Murgo, quickly grab the Bloodstone chunk as quickly as we can, upgrade... Well, we got to get a couple more blood chunks, but hopefully we get those on the way. And then we might actually defeat Gehrman at +8 or +9. So, yeah, we'll see. Anyway, guys, I will see you next time. Until then, later, everybody.